Hi, and welcome to The Real Deal with Deb. Being born into dysfunctional generational trauma, I know too well the effects it can have in all the different areas of our life. So I decided to create a space to support women of all ages where we can grow together while sharing personal and entrepreneurial lessons learned through authentic connection, love, and laughter. After 30 plus years of building a successful business as a RE/MAX realtor while studying emotional intelligence skills throughout my career and life, I now want to help support other women and empower them to tap into their own emotional intelligence skills. Hey, it's Deb, and as always, I appreciate you stopping on by. Today, I thought I'd talk about fear. Now, fear, as we know, is a well-needed emotion, especially, to help prevent us from getting into danger. But we also fear change, stepping outside our comfort zone. That voice, that inner voice that at night you can hear trying to encourage you to try something new, to just go for it, so to speak. I had a lot of fear for a long time with just, my childhood, what I went through along with my siblings. And we were born into dysfunctional, passed down generational trauma because our parents didn't know any better. They unfortunately didn't have great parenting skills. However, I did eventually, I guess really where the turning point for me of really dealing finally with just all of it and not feeling shame of, coming from a family that was so dysfunctional that, we lived basically in poverty. My mother left my father when I was only 9, and my younger sister was 6, my brother was 12. And we ended up living, in places, assisted living, and because my mother, because of her mental illness, her major depression, she couldn't work, so the funds were tight. And unfortunately, not a lot of support or love was given simply because she just didn't have it in her. So at age 50, I lost my older sister, Gail, who I was really close to. She was just the sweetest, most beautiful soul I've ever met and I'll ever know. And was my biggest cheerleader, despite her own demons, mental illness, um, alcoholism, unfortunately cancer the third time around took her from us. And yeah, she was only 56, and at 62, I feel really blessed to still be here. So we don't know how long we have here, right? Tomorrow's not a guarantee, and yesterday's gone. So I'm encouraging you to step into new challenges, new growth. I know it's scary, again, what came about at the age of 50 for me, going through, those losses, basically back to back, I started journaling. I'd never journaled before in my life. I don't know, I'm a goer and, a mom, and, when you're raising a child and in a career or working, it takes a lot of your time. So at 50, I embraced the journaling aspect. Just, I found it therapeutic. And I realized that I hadn't really dealt with, some lingering shame that I had still, in me about what I'd been through as a child, and was my self-worth, because it did affect my self-worth for many years. And again, most of us, I'm not alone here, most of us deal with some type of trauma. So why am I talking about trauma? Well, again, I was journaling. I shared some of my journaling with a local author where I live here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, and she encouraged me to keep writing and to share my story. And, I'm always up for a challenge, so I did. Now, it took me on and off 10 years. I was still, developing my business, my real estate career, and then as well raising my son. I was a single parent for 8 years. So, that does take up a lot of your time. But however, finally, 2 years ago, I published my book. I self-published through Friesen Press here in Canada. And it was a really difficult, fearful for me commitment to put my story out there. It's a memoir. And, I don't share just about, the trauma and how it affected me and all the rest of it. I share how and what I learned from it all. I share how I value even more unconditional love. The many different ways we can get it from our friends, from our partner, from our furry friends even. And some of the chapters in my book are, again, about unconditional love and building resilience and, learning from our adversities. Now, published my book, I guess I should show you. No thanks, I'm full. 2 years ago now. I can't believe it's been 2 years. And again, here's the deal. I know the chances of my book being just, hugely successful are pretty slim. And I get that. But I didn't do it for that. I did it so that if my story and what I write to help people can help people, in fact, can be relatable. They can relate to what I'm talking about, maybe learn some skills that I learned, then why not? Why not share it? Yes, it's almost like you're putting yourself out there at your rawest form, like almost like you don't have any clothes on. Now, I didn't share every little detail of my life, but it does take courage to put it out there and to be real about everything. And so that's what I did. I'm just, really grateful of the whole experience. I'm proud of myself that I was able to stay committed to doing it. And I share this with you because we all deserve to feel that incredible satisfaction for ourselves, that we stepped out of our comfort zone. We did something that we never thought in a million years we could do, or that we were able to. So I'm encouraging you. Life's short, just step out of your comfort zone. Try new things. Believe in your abilities, because again, I never thought ever that I would be a writer or publish a book later in my life. And I did, and the satisfaction that it's given me is, really fulfilling. And I think we all deserve that. So don't let fear stop you from, stepping out of your comfort zone, trying new things, believing in your abilities. Yes, nobody likes to fail, but you know what? It's too high a price when you don't try it, because you'll always, always wonder, what if? On that note, keeping it real as always. Take care. Until next time. And again, every Friday on Spotify, YouTube. Appreciate your support, and have a good one.
Thanks again for taking some time out of your day to spend it with me. If there's a topic you'd like me to discuss, please reach out at therealddealwithdeb@gmail.com. If you've enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you left me a review. And as always, keeping it real. Until next time.